Good day everybody, welcome back to week 4 of the PUDL. We're going up against Coach Shakib and the Baltimore Bird Bites. Shakib has a lot of scary offensive threats on his team, including the likes of Chi Yu, Namorous Incarnate, Okapon Cornerstone, Sword Stance Scizor, and Terra Dragon Dance Flygon, as well as some solid defensive pieces in Belly Bolt, Terra Crocolore, and Cryogonal. Tentacruel and Cryogonal give him 2 different sources of Rapid Spin, while also threatening my Ghost-type Drifblim in different ways. Tentacruel can poison it, Cryogonal can blow it away with Ice Stab, which makes hazards very hard to keep off during this game. His Terra Captains are also both very threatening to my team, as Flygon can threaten to sweep me and Crocolore can wall large portions of my team, meaning that both of them are going to have different counters, and depending on which one he decides to Terra, it can very greatly change how I need to play the game. Starting off, we got Assaultfest Alomomola. This is here to make sure that Chi Yu doesn't get out of control because it can swap into Specs and Scarf sets, flip out, deal large damage with Liquidation, get rid of it with Mirror Coat on the right attack, and if it does want to try to set up on me, I can hit it hard with any of my Water Stabs and clean it up with Aqua Jet in the late game, as well as help to pivot into other specially based threats such as Namorous, Tentacruel, and even physical threats just due to my decent investment and good defensive profile to help me pivot around threats like Scizor and Flygon as well. All in an effort to make room for my offensive pieces, including Nasty Plot Darkrai, which has a great matchup here as it can outspeed the entire team as long as they are not boosted, and destroy them with any subsequent Nasty Plot boosted attack, as Dark Pulse is a great neutral hit versus most of the team, while Sledge Bomb gives me a way to hit Enamorous and Terra Fairy Crocolore, and Shy Shock gives me a way to hit Tauros Paldea very hard on the physical side in case it wants to run especially defensive or even Assault Fest set in order to try to block me. Our Terra Captain this week is Terra Flying Driftblim, once again running a Calm Mind set, running a very similar set to last week in order to deal with Enamorous, pretty much doing the same thing it did last game, where it can come in, take hits, Calm Mind in front of it, heal up with Citrus Berry, Strength Stab to gain some recovery, and Clear Smog to get rid of any boost that it wants to try to attain either through Superpower Contrary or through Calm Mind. Getting Enamorous out of the way is going to be a huge asset to helping my threats such as Darkrai and the rest of the team that I'm bringing, including Assault Vest Iron Hands, which is coming back for the 4th week in a row. With Fake Out, I'm able to disrupt a lot of his fast offense and break the sturdy on Okapon Cornerstone before one-shotting it with a Drain Punch, a move that will also keep me healthy throughout the game and do big damage to Chi Yu, Okapon, Scizor, and Ambipom, and Cryogonal. Wild Charge gives me a complimentary stab in order to knock out Enamorous and Tentacruel, and Fire Punch is just there to be able to secure a one-hit KO on Scizor. I'm running Assault Fist so that I can have a backup check to Chi Yu, take hits from Enamorous, Hemismagius, as well as give me the best Cryogonal option that my team can have, since my team doesn't have many natural ice resists and Alomomola can get freeze-dried. But that's not all the special bulk we're bringing this week, as we're also bringing specially defensive Eevee-like Hisui and Quillfish. This is mostly here in order to come in on Tentacruel, which can be a bit of a problem to break, and just smash it with a crunch, as well as set up some spikes in front of their team, which they really don't appreciate since a lot of their team does not want to be forced into running boots. Toxic is a pretty free click versus most of the team, and Crunch can potentially lower the defense of Scizor and Tentacruel, making them not able to stick around as long, especially since both of them lack recovery moves. It's also here to make sure that Crocolore can be removed, because I can swap into it with this, Toxic it, and Barb Barrage it for big damage if it does decide to run Terra Fairy, allowing my Choice Scarf Garchomp to clean up in the late game. Stab Earthquake threatens most of Shakib's team for huge damage, and Stone Edge gives me a clean one-hit KO on offensive Enamorous. Fire Fang gives me an option to hit Terra Steel Flygon, as well as being my strongest option to hit Scizor, and I don't really need a 4th attack on this set, so I opted for Stealth Rock in order to get chipped early and put the hurt on Chi Yu, Enamorous, and pre-Terra Crocolore, all of which are weak to Rock and do not want to be forced into heavy-duty boots. So that's my team for this week, and let's get into the battle. Right, here we are for week 4 of the PUDL draft. Scarlet and Violet Swag Sesh going up against Mr. Shakib here. Great trainer, great player, pretty enthusiastic guy. He hasn't played since Borath, and he's just come back recently, so go check out his channel. Go give him some support in the description below. pretty excited to be using Garchomp again. Running a Scarf set this week, so hopefully I can put in some work. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of his mons had a great matchup into me, to be honest. Or just, not even a great matchup, just a lot of mons could be used against me. What did he... no Scizor, no Tentacruel. Did bring Ambipom, which I was a little worried about until I learned that it doesn't learn Tail Slap in this gen. And also does not have setup. So... I forgot to plan out my lead, actually, but... I guess my plan is I don't want hazards going up, or at least I want to try to prevent them from going up, so the best thing to do is... probably lead this, honestly. I can Stealth Rock if it's a great matchup. I can hit the Ogerpon hard. But this can fake it out and Drain Punch it, so it only gets 1 layer max. And we'll heal off like all the damage it does to me. So we're gonna do that rather than just face tank a play rough with Garchomp unnecessarily. Probably just gonna see that on lead, right? The Ogre. He does have rocks on Flygon too, potentially. And that is the lead. Ideal scenario, so I'm clicking Fake Out here regardless. But ideally, because he's not gonna be... if he's Covert Cloak, then props to him, but I want to see the Terra type on this. And if it's on lead, it could be Stealth Rock. It also could be just a Scarf set. Could even be Scarf with Stealth Rock, just like I'm rocking. But the big thing with this is the Terra type. The Terra type is a very important factor in this match, because all 3 of them are going to require different answers. So you're going to swap out, actually. Interesting. Probably because he wants to Terra this, and he just didn't want to take an Ice Punch or something. Now... couple things we can do. We can go Ringo and Toxic. We can go this. But this would just be flipping out anyway. It's probably just gonna Terra Fairy here. This can do okay too. But not really because it's unaware. So we're just gonna go Ringo. He didn't bring the Belly Bullet either, so I don't want to... I'm not super worried about this guy. So we should see the Terra Fairy pop. He decides not to. Smart play, because he doesn't need to yet. But then again, it means he doesn't have, like... it limits his switch-ins more. The burn is kind of miserable, though. I guess I could have gone Aloe first, soaked up the burn, and then gone this, but I kind of like Aloe not getting burnt either. Maybe I could have gone Drifloon, but no matter. Is this... what's the play here? He has no Toxic immunity. I could just click that. The alternative is getting a Spike Up, and he doesn't have hazard removal, so that would be nice too. I'm gonna Spike first, actually. Because he's probably gonna swap out anyway. Into this. Toxic on this would be nice, but I'm not super concerned. Aloe can generally handle most things this wants to do. I guess it's if it's like Dragon Dance, like Terra Ground, it could be vaguely threatening, but we do have Garchomp. Just gonna make the switch now. Tricky it is, Dragon Dance. Do I stay in? Or do I just easy flip? Let me think. I'm gonna take an easy flip. And just generally scout out what this wants to do. Flygon. Flygon lost Roost in this gen, correct? Yes, it did. Okay. So all the damage is gonna stick. This does scare me a little, I won't lie. Because now Garchomp does not speed it, but I could go into like... I could go into Quillfish to get the Intimidate off and then swap back out. I can go... This thing definitely gets like Stone Edge or something, doesn't it? Yeah, and +2 Stone Edge, I imagine is gonna rock Drifloon. Yeah. So we need to get an Intim off on this. Is that leftovers? That's annoying. But it does mean its damage output isn't that great. This, I'm sure a +1 Earthquake's still gonna drop me. Yeah. I could just sack this off and then attempt to get a Toxic off and prevent it from setting up anymore. Because the alternative is going back into Mola. Hopefully he goes for an attack and then maybe getting some chip off with like Liquidation. But I think this thing could just beat me if it just sets up another Dragon Dance, so we're going to Toxic. Okay, cool. Cool. That is perfectly fine. Not optimal, but at least we land the Toxic on it. How much is +2 doing to Aloe? +2 doesn't really do much of anything, to be honest. Earthquake will hurt a little, but nothing. Nothing that should beat me. Problem is I just gotta stall out this Toxic now. And I don't have Protect on Aloe to help. And if it's Terra Ground, it's gonna be even more annoying, but I cannot play that with like Drifloon. I think I'm gonna go Drifloon first, actually. He brought the Enamorers though, didn't he? And that's really gonna suck if I lose this. But we gotta deal with what's in front of us first. Because if he just clicks Earthquake right now, then Aloe's gonna get 2-shot. So I need to blank one first. He could just DD again, but at that point, there's nothing I can really do about it. Cool. Because now, see, it's just about racking up this poison chip and slowly whittling this down. We may have to sack somebody, but it's for the greater good. This guy has +3 speed, which is just gonna outspeed everything at this point. That doesn't really matter, but it's at +2 attack. Question: a +1 Stone Edge to my Quillfish does how much? Not a thing, actually. Could go back into that and just save some HP on Aloe. And then Aloe can come in on it directly. Dragon Claw, that's gonna hurt a little. But we do live. Losing HP on this isn't optimal, but it's okay. It's still around to click Spikes and Toxic. Now we go into Aloe. For sure. Actually, +1 Dragon Claw, how much does... It's not even that threatening to Drifloon. Actually, it is. It does do a lot, I lied. So we're just gonna go into Aloe. Not revealing Terra yet, though. Again, probably want to save it for that Crocalor. But it does make this significantly less of a threat. Gonna eat that up. Hold on, 489. This is probably Adamant, right? $192 damage with +1 Dragon Claw. Yeah, so it is Adamant. Just as we feared. An Earthquake can do a max of 258, so we live regardless. I could just flip out and then fake out. Because between the Poison Chip, the fake out, damage and the flip damage and the poison damage fake out will be in range. Versus just liquidating. Well, flip out gives us regen too. And cover switches, so let me just make sure I get all this down. Goes into the Enam. Do I just go Drift Limb right now? You don't know if this is Scarf or what, so that would make the most sense. Don't need to Terra yet, we're gonna hold on to it. Couple things we could do. Because our Ghost type, staying Ghost Flying makes us immune to Superpower. Do I Calm Mind, or just throw out an Air Slash? His only switch into like Crocolore. And I guess getting Chip on that is nice. But I guess that means I shouldn't be Calm Minding. So I'm gonna throw out an Air Slash. That's not specs at all. 391 to 313, or 491 to 313. 178. Yeah, that looks like it's Scarf, or just some non-boosting item. What can I do here? Can I Calm Mind, Strength Set? Calm Minding isn't... I don't need a Calm Mind, I'd rather just Air Slash than Calm Mind. Or I can Strength Set, get some HP, and then Air Slash. But Air Slash does put it in Stealth Rock range. I'm gonna Strength Set first. Yeah, because it's gonna hurt, even with the Citrus healing. And I get more out of Strength Stepping this than I do from Crocolore. It is contrary, but we are faster than it now. Gonna toss out an Air Slash. Citrus was basically the item I put on this because it was the most versatile. The only problem now is that I'm probably going to have to switch out at some point, and then I could lose that speed boost. But it is Scarf, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. Or at least I assume Scarf. At least it's not Specs. It's not a damage boosting item, which means it cannot 2-hit KO me, and Strength Sap heals a lot. It's also nice because if it is like locked into a not physical move, then when I click Strength Sap, it's actually boosting its physical attack, so I'm healing more every turn. Goes back into the Gator. Spikes are starting to put in some work. It's like maybe a little over 20%. I want to assume that's Fizz Def then. That is what I want to assume. Do I stay in? Not really. I'm just gonna kind of get burnt and not do a lot back because that's slack off. But then again, I don't really have an alternative, do I? Nobody else wants to get burnt except this, which is already taking a lot of damage. Am I fine with doing that though? Actually, here's what I do. I am fine with getting burnt. We Air Slash once, and then when it slacks off, that's when we go into Quill. Get the flinch, okay. Another Air Slash is not enough to put this out of commission, so here we go. Our Quillfish. But now we know he's gonna slack off, so that flinch was pretty nice. And if he doesn't, then he's gonna stay at low range. Do I get up the next spike, or do I hope he stays in and try to Toxic this? Toxicking this, I think, is more important, because removing this guy is going to be not easy. But then again, if he swaps out, then spikes will help in that process of removing this. I'm gonna go for Toxic though. If he goes to Flygon, it's gonna be, yeah. I mean, I guess he's immune to spikes anyway. Or I wouldn't be doing damage anyway. Is this the cornerstone? Okay. Broke the sturdy, and we get the Toxic off, so I'll take that. Not horrible. Thinking I'd just go Iron Hands here. And I do live another round of burn on this, so this is still viable. Let's see what he goes for. Ivy Cudgel, just don't crit. Nice. Drain Punch is not a terrible click because the only resist is Enam. I guess Crocolore coming back in is annoying, but not the end of the world. I can Drain Punch and see what his switch in is and then Wild Charge. Also, Drain Punch gives me some recovery. He is going to stay in. Is that going to heal him back to full? Actually, he would die to Toxic anyway, so... Gonna get rid of this. First kill of the match. Goes back into Enam. I can take 2 Moonblasts, 2 Scarf Moonblasts easily, I'm pretty sure, with from this range of Drifblim. And I guess he could Superpower, so I don't want to go Mola. But then again, I'm almost certain he's Scarf, but I can't, like... I'm tripping over my words here. Oh? Oh, he's healing the stupid Flygon. Okay. Honestly, I'm not in a bad spot because this is an okay matchup because it doesn't have any D dances up yet and I can strength step it. He is gonna be faster than me though. Let's look at some numbers. Adamant Flygon Stone Edge right now does a lot, but it doesn't knock us out. I could just strength step a bunch. How much PP does Dragon Dance have? Oh, it has a ton, way more than I've got. My alternative is just going hard. Ooh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go hard Ringo, intimidate it. If he kills me, then I can go into Guard Chomp, and if he doesn't kill me, I can click Toxic. Do you see the Terra finally pop on this? It is Steel, so that's probably the worst one imaginable, because now I can't Toxic it. Okay. So how do I beat this? He's at +1 speed, but doesn't have any boost beyond that. Can Garchomp take a +1 Dragon Claw? Yes or no? No. I think we're just gonna have to whittle this down with things like Fake Out and Mola hitting it, and I guess Drifblim hitting it on like... Well, he doesn't have Stone Edge, he has Dragon Claw. +1 Dragon Claw is a 2-hit KO. Neutral Dragon Claw is a roll. So I could just go into this now and start clicking Strength Sap. And then keep this alive for... I think we're gonna crunch first. Get some chip off. And then I'll go into Drifloon right now. So he's at +1. Defense drop would be nice. Nice! Very nice work, Quillfish. Brave soldier. Now, I could fake out first and then go into Drifloon, but at that point I'm risking him not clicking Earthquake, which is a problem. Versus I just go this, click Strength Sap. And I don't really do much, the problem. Other than just keep lowering its attack. He's just gonna keep Dragon Dancing. So I'm gonna fake out once. Actually, crap. Is he at +1 right now, right? Any shot I can live an Earthquake? Let's just check. Because Iron Hand's a big boy. +1. Earthquake does 410 max and 348. It is a roll to live. I could just do it, but we fake out first always. Get our chippies. Do I just Drain Punch and risk it? I'm at 381. I don't really need this for anything else, honestly. It'd be nice for Ambipom, but it's not necessary. I'm gonna do it. This might be trolling, but it's only a roll for him to KO me. Nice! Get that thing out of here. Let's go. Oh my gosh, that had me stressing, dude. Goodness. Oh, let's go. Thank goodness for Iron Hands. That makes this game so much easier. Unbelievably easier. Fishy. Okay, it is not heavy duty boots, which means it is probably choiced, and that makes it easier to deal with, unless it's just like... The scariest sets from this fish are setup sets. I think I still always go Mola. Regardless. Fish v fish. Except mine didn't forget where it came from. Brava Prune. That's not specs. I don't think. But the burn is unoptimal. I think I just liquidate here. Doesn't really have anything to punish my staying in. I guess Ambipom, but that doesn't have a boosting move. Crocodile would be unfun. Gator. Can we get a nice defense drop? What is this thing speed stat? I should be slower than this. So we're gonna flip. Cool. I think Oh, he blew his Terra too. Can I just go Guard Chomp and Earthquake? Yeah. There's no switching. And honestly, might even be able to clean up from here, just depending on the Ambipom. This should... yeah, that goes down. Nice. Finally get Guard Chomp on the board. I'm Scarf, so I just click this again. Fish is gonna go down. Last mon should be Ambipom. I guess I just stay in and Earthquake it. I don't see why not at this point. Fake out, get some... goodness! Massive... I mean, I'm gonna die to the Axle anyway, but... does this drop it? It does, nice. 3-0 for Guard Chomp this game. Huge. So great game to Jakib. I kind of got bailed out on that Earthquake roll from Flygon. I honestly, if that didn't happen, you know, I was obviously in my favor to lose. I think it would have come down to like what, stalling it with like Drift Blim and hopefully like chipping it down slowly with things like Aloe and Drift Blim. And I think I saw the Quillfish a lot. No, I did. So I could have intimidated it with that. We'll have to see. Or no, we won't be seeing that. But I don't know. Great game. Well played. Don't sleep on Flygon. Don't sleep on Guard Chomp. And Iron Hand is still broken. So I hope you guys had a good time. And I'll see y'all next week.